While I know that this video is going to fail like the other two did, they're just too much fun, and I'm too stubborn to quit making them now. Huge thanks to my good friend Beltfed for helping me out voicing the character cards here. I was really annoyed with how it was kind of hard to tell when I was just reading the card and when I was commenting on it, so having a different voice in there really helps. Also, yes, he was doing a Peter Cullen, but before you criticize his Optimus, he wasn't doing an Optimus. He was doing a Peter Cullen from the Advanced Robotics promo on Toonami. When this is done, watch that, and thank us later. That bumper has been my religion since I was a child. As always, your likes! Please give. Also, please consider subscribing. And let's just start the episode.
Name, RC. Designation, Autobot Sharpshooter.
RC dual-wield submachine guns in the movie. How is that a sharpshooter? That could have been so much more interesting if she was called a quick draw. But no, these cards have to make no sense.
Current status. Having followed Optimus Prime to Earth, RC has patiently obeyed his orders to lay low until required. She might not have to wait much longer.
Oh, great. Another new category. Yes, just make sure every faction has its own pointless category that tells you nothing new. We really needed that. Seriously, what have we learned here? That she hasn't blown her disguise just yet? Wow, what a revelation about the character.
Converts into a sleek, dark pink and white Ducati 916 motorcycle.
You fucking liars. That is not pink. That is not dark pink. You know what the word for dark pink is? Red. And why exactly is she red? When has RC ever been red? Let's be real here. The RC sucked so bad that no one bought it, but Hasbro is so far up their own ass they think that thing was amazing, hence why they released it twice, so they're just convinced that she didn't sell because she was pink.
General demeanor. RC fights with focused ferocity and aggressive maneuvers, both on and off the battleground. Maybe what she relishes most is the verbal sparring with her closest allies, who she would go to any lengths to defend.
Why are we talking about how RC fights in her general demeanor? You have categories! Use them! Okay, you did at least a little good though by putting an actual character trait in there, so we know in the movie that she will like to quip at her allies. You better do that, otherwise this card is lying. Anyways, if she's quippy, she'll be 86 RC, and if she's quippy and bitter, then she'll be the Prime RC. Let's see what version she's supposed to be, because it feels like the movie is leaning very hard on the Prime aesthetic.
Ultimate purpose. Like her fellow Autobots, RC is a tireless defender of freedom and the common good, dedicated to protecting the right of all sentient beings to determine their own destiny.
So her ultimate purpose is to be just like everyone else. Thank you for that wonderful insight into the character. I know so much more about her now than I did 5 seconds ago.
Combat abilities. In her motorcycle mode, RC dazzles with her agility and precision of movement. But she is also a born hunter and elite sharpshooter, loaded with combat expertise and a double-barreled ion blaster.
You know, I don't tend to associate double barrels with sharpshooting. I'm not quite sure who would.
Trivia. An Autobot field commander, fiercely loyal to her leader Optimus Prime, RC fought beside him in the war on Cybertron.
I would like to point out that if you are basically any Autobot, then you fought beside Optimus Prime. Like, he's fought in most of the major battles and organized the rest. Essentially, all you said is that she's an Autobot.
Name, Bumblebee. Designation, Autobot Scout.
Saw that coming.
Current status. The Autobot most known for forming friendships with humans is currently forced to stay anonymous among them.
I love how much that line is just saying, we know Bumblebee is the guy who forms relationships with humans. Please just ignore that and let us use someone else for once.
Converts into a black and yellow 1970 Chevrolet Camaro, now with a rugged off-road upgrade.
You've just gotta love how much the filmmakers hate the 1970 Camaro. Like, it was chosen back in 2007 because they thought it was the ugliest Camaro possible so people would look at him rescanning in a more positive light. And now they're like, we gotta do something to make this heap of shit look cool, so they made it a badass off-road vehicle. And the only reason I don't have more shit to say about that is because it's just so charmingly toy.
General demeanor. Bumblebee is open, optimistic, and the eternal adventurer, befriending bots and people alike with his car radio chat. But having fun and cracking jokes doesn't make this brave Cybertronian any less of a warrior. There's no one you'd rather have by your side in a fight.
Bumblebee is not open. He can't be. No one can understand what the fuck he's saying. And that has to be the biggest irony of the whole situation. The filmmakers are like, he can't talk himself, but everyone can understand him because of the radio. Meanwhile, the radio speech is completely unintelligible to anyone with a normally functioning temporal lobe. I have never met the person who has any fucking clue what he says moment to moment. Also, there are many Cybertronians I'd rather have fight by my side than Bumblebee. Like, easily 90% of them.
Ultimate purpose, fueled by a need to be there for his friends and fight to the end for the greater good. Optimus Prime and all his fellow Autobots know they can count on Bumblebee with their lives.
God, all the Autobots are going to have the same ultimate purpose, aren't they? Just ultimate purpose, to be good guys and to fight bad guys.
Combat abilities. Bumblebee is a trusted Autobot who never leaves anything out on the court. No matter the mission or challenge, he will always bring his A game.
Okay, but what are his combat abilities? This has got to be the most abused category in this whole marketing abortion. He's a guy who fights hard, and no matter what, he fights hard. I mean, even considering the fact that I'm sure the person who wrote this never saw this movie and is just bullshitting out their ass for the whole thing, Bumblebee is the one character from any of these movies who we know for sure how he fights. There was a movie named after him in this fucking franchise. Optimus didn't have a movie. How are you so incapable of saying anything of value?
Trivia. Despite all his courage and experience, in Scourge and the Terracons, Bumblebee will face his deadliest ever opponent.
That is one of the worst constructed sentences I have ever seen. That is literally out of order. I had to read this like 10 times to have it start making sense in my brain. Here, let me do all the work to fix it for you. Despite all his courage and experience, Bumblebee will face his deadliest ever opponents in Scourge and the Terracons. Or, in Scourge and the Terracons, despite all his courage and experience, Bumblebee will face his deadliest ever opponents. Literally, any other way than the way it is works! Also, despite all his courage and experience, he is still just a Bumblebee.
Name: Optimus Prime. Designation: fabled commander of the heroic Autobots.
So Optimus is a myth now. He's a fable?
Current status: cut off from his home world of Cybertron for a full 7 years. Optimus currently resides in New York City.
New York, you say? Like everyone else? No shit!
Converts into a shiny red 1987 Freightliner FLA with sharp silver trim.
Boy, we really needed to know about the fancy silver trim. Am I the only one who thinks the silver trim is really out of place?
General demeanor: stoic, fearless, and thoughtful. Optimus Prime believes that every Autobot he has lost in battle is too many. He is driven to protect all those who remain, and the humans they live among in plain sight.
Again, liar! We know that Optimus is actually supposed to not care about humans in this movie specifically, and every Autobot he's lost is too many? Did you mean any Autobot he's lost? Because what you said implies that, like, all the ones up until now were fine, but after Cliffjumper died, now it's too many.
Ultimate purpose: he will not stop until the Decepticon threat, and any sinister mutations of it, have been neutralized for good and his Autobots have returned home.
So is that trying to imply that the Terracons are a faction of Decepticons?
Combat abilities: when he charges into battle mode.
There's not a thing called a battle mode. There's beast mode, there's robot mode, there's an alt mode, vehicle mode. There is not a battle mode.
It's one of the most glorious and reassuring sights on the front line.
Being glorious isn't a combat ability. If you said that he inspired people to fight harder, that would be a combat ability.
With a left fist that doubles as an ion blaster, and a right as an energon sword, Optimus Prime's achievements are legendary.
Being legendary is not a combat ability, god damn it!
Trivia: Prime senses what the key Scourge is seeking in Rise of the Beasts could also mean for the Autobots. A way home.
That is some real. The only way to solve this conflict is for me to become Superman 4, Rise of the Beasts. Did you really need the title drop there? Also, our worlds are in danger. That song sucks. Stop pretending it's good. It's a bunch of digital fart sounds on top of random catchphrases associated with the show. Seriously, it's top 3 worst Transformers themes ever made, easily. And this Cybertron theme is good gaslighting, please. Who wants to bet that they are going to use the Cyberplanet key to go back to Cybertron so it sets up a possibility that they fly to Earth in 2007? Because no one understands that a spacefaring race can come and go at their leisure?
Name: Mirage. Designation: Autobot Warrior.
No, we haven't run calling characters warriors into the ground yet. Why do you ask?
Current status: Mirage has been stuck in an underground parking lot for way too long for his liking. This Autobot doesn't do well laying low.
He has been sitting in a parking lot for 7 years. I don't think he has trouble laying low. I think anyone would be losing their minds at that point.
Converts into a silver 964 generation Porsche 911.
So apparently, according to what I've been told, the 964th generation Porsche is actually the 2nd generation Porsche. Wrap your minds around that.
General demeanor: Mirage is as smooth as his alt mode curves. But he also delights in pushing limits and testing boundaries, and isn't afraid to challenge authority.
Oh my god, proofread! Can you please fucking proofread? It's his alt mode's curves, not his alt mode curves. And how does him pushing limits and testing boundaries contradict his curvaceousness?
Ultimate purpose. He's cool, calm, casual, maybe a little cocky, but don't let that deceive you like one of his holographic illusions. Mirage sincerely believes in doing the right thing and would never let any harm come to his friends.
His ultimate purpose is to be cool and believe he's doing the right thing. That's his ultimate purpose, huh? You just put his general demeanor in ultimate purpose, you incompetent hack!
Combat abilities. Mirage loves nothing more than showing off his skills, especially if it gets him some attention. And with the ability to multiply before your eyes, he can throw people off his tail in a flash.
So, his combat abilities are him loving to get attention? I am going to have an aneurysm here. At least they put in his ability to make holograms, which is something we already knew.
Trivia. As the first Autobot that Noah encounters, this pair forge a bond that may prove to be the difference in their darkest hour.
He said the line! He said the line! I am crushed with the knowledge that every fucking word of these cards is an exercise in saying nothing. Mirage and the guy he's going to be friends with are going to be friends. I can't wait for this torture to be over next Wednesday when we cover the two characters that everyone's probably dying to hear about, and the humans, who maybe one person on Earth cares about. That prequel set on Cybertron without any human characters in it can't come fast enough. And now it's time for the monthly shoutouts. If you'd like a shoutout yourself, follow the instructions on your screens as closely as possible. Viktor Wilfong would like you to check out his YouTube channel, where he does time lapses of his Transformers drawings. He has a cool style and a bunch of unique takes on the characters. ShadowPrime makes content. This is all we know. Last Disbelief Catzilla reviews Gundam and Transformers, and even sometimes Lego, the usurpers of the stop-motion throne. Kocher Productions, or Kocher, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, would like you to check out their 300 subscriber special. They're growing pretty quickly and are halfway to 400. Epic Banana's birthday is on the 2nd. Happy early birthday, my guy. I hope you have a great time and get some great stuff. Check out his DeviantArt page, where he makes Mega Man, Doctor Who, and Kirby fan art. Teletran 27 is going to graduate high school in just a few days, and then he's going to go to college to become an architect. Congratulations on completing the first chapter of your life, and good luck on the next part. He designs Transformers dioramas for fun and shows them off on TikTok. Elixir94 would like me to shout out Neolab Customs, who makes amazing custom Transformers figures. Check them out for their impeccable work. Ghost 2020 YT would like you to check out their Transformers review channel. He puts more effort into his wipes and transitions than I do for sure. Gleaming Colt is making World of Warships and Transformers content. Very few people making gaming stuff ask me to shout them out. Interesting. I Am Not Me would like you to check out their collection, which looks better than ever. I love the way it's turning out, my guy. Smoothi would like you to check out his custom LEGO Transformers channel. Man, as a kid, I mostly just built Legos into a cube because I'm insane. Why is everyone else so much more creative than me? Okay, Dominator 3305 also builds really good Lego Transformers, and I really do just do these in the order that I receive them. I don't know how I constantly get people doubling up like this. And did my channel start getting recommended to the Lego crowd recently? They've really replaced the stop-motion animators. Astro would like you to check out his gaming channel on YouTube, and his Transformers channel on TikTok. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen someone break up their content by platform like that. King Kyle is back with his monthly request. He is still looking to do commission work to help his family. Here are his terms and conditions. And he would like me to shout out Ye-VHS tapes of old, and their series of Monsters from the Planet Monstrous, a strange, captivating, and deeply British web show that probably really deserves more viewership. Godzillaverse would like to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of June. I think he can make it with a little push from you guys. He makes Transformers stop motions. Almost comforting to see a stop motion animator again. Another DeviantArt guy, check out SnesDrej. He does art from video games like Ultra Kill, Stick War, and Epic Fantasy Battle. And lastly, Daltinian95 would like you to check out their Transformers review and streams channel. Honestly, I've always wondered what it would be like to do streams myself. And that's not half what I have to say, but it's enough what I have to say. And I know, you know, what everyone else tells you to do at the end of these videos. So, if you liked what you saw here, please do that. And if you'd like to take it a step further, then please share this video with any friend you think may be interested. I hope you all enjoyed listening to me waste your time.